All right, I'm pretty sure this is the last, and this is just kind of a catch-up. I want to emphasize, you need to read chapter 20. There's a lot there. How's that for a quote? There's a lot in chapter 20. I've tried to sort of give you the basics in these videos, but it's going to be impossible for me to show every mechanism. I've sort of shown the general mechanisms, the general reactions, and then you've got to extrapolate from there. So I just wanted to hit a couple of examples of Sn2 reactions in carboxylate chemistry. First, you can make esters really nicely using the carboxylate anion as an Sn2 nucleophile. Okay, so R prime can't be tertiary, right? But otherwise, this is a really good reaction. If you have chloride, bromide, iodide, tosylate, good leaving group there. The carboxylate anion is actually a really good Sn2 nucleophile. I know when I do Sn2 and Orgo1, I talk about the carboxylate because I know this is coming. I'm not sure why everybody doesn't, but it's a really nice Sn2 nucleophile. So this is a good way to go from an acid to an ester without doing a Fischer esterification. And remember, you're going to get the carboxylate from the acid just by treating the carboxylic acid with base. Could be any base. Likewise, cyanide is an excellent Sn2 nucleophile, right? And you probably saw it in Orgo1, the cyanide be a good nucleophile. And now you know from this chapter that cyanide is a stand-in for a carboxylic acid. Right, so cyanide is going to do an Sn2. That's going to lengthen the carbon chain by one. Remember that the cyanide's adding a carbon in there. And now this carbon, if you hydrolyze it, and you can do this with acid or base, you can turn that into a carboxylic acid. And then you can turn that carboxylic acid into an amide or an ester or whatever you want. You can reduce it to an alcohol. Like, you've got a whole bunch of reactions. I mean, really, there's a lot there. That's the summary of chapter 19 and 20, right? That this sort of is where you kind of mature into knowing a lot of chemistry. I hope you feel this. It's daunting and it's exciting that all this stuff you've been learning, all of a sudden it all kind of ties together. And at the end of chapter 20, we really have kind of a complete story, and we start some new stuff with chapter 21. Chapter 21 is related, but it's kind of related. It's kind of, chapter 20 is a nice kind of break point. All right, I'll do a summary in another video.